4, you can start to see we have kind of a ectoskeleton, or the beginnings of this. All right, so I'm gonna hit 5. I'm just gonna keep going, and then like every 10 minutes, I'm gonna stop, save a video, upload it, and I think these are good stopping points for you guys also. All right, so I'm just kind of pulling this in. Again, trying to create these cavities for these legs. And again, you guys need to get into the habit, maybe downloading some really good models from Turbo Squid if you can get them for free, and look at their modeling. You want good, nice, clean, fluid lines, and just be aware that you don't want like a whole bunch of lines everywhere. You want nice, fluid lines, and then kind of see how they can kind of mimic the character, or in this case, the insect. So I'm just kind of pulling this in. Again, not all the way in. I kind of want to have this hover above, and we will get kind of a snapping tool later on, so it really mimics it nicely. All right, so I'm just going to keep pulling down. Okay, again, the key is not to get into that urge of adding too much geometry. All right, that's kind of the kiss of death at this stage. You want to keep it very, very simple, kind of a minimalist idea with modeling. So keep it simple. Don't worry about the legs. Don't worry about extremities right now. We're just going to work on just very, very simple things. Again, here, pull it up, but again, we're going to split it here a couple more times. But right now, keep it simple. All right, so I'm going to go back to 4. I go back to my face mode, where I can select that and hit 5. Go back into shaded mode, and it gets challenging, so get used to hitting 4 and 5, 4 and 5. And luckily, we have this going right down the center. We don't have that thing wavering. We have it snapped with that symmetry object X mode turned on. All right, if you don't, it's going to give you headaches because this stuff is going to be shifting all over the place. So I'm going to go ahead and shift and extrude face, and I'm going to do this a couple more times. All right. I'm going to hit G one more time. And I'm going to stop right there, I think. And this is probably where I want to kind of make the decision to not do the wings right now, but use the bottom here. So what we'll probably do is go ahead and do a group split. So I want to turn this off. And I'm going to go to my object mode and shift, multi-cut. And I think I'll cut to here. To here. Oops. Hit enter. So that is a triangle, so we don't want that. So I'm trying to figure out how we can do a multi-cut since this is a cube. So Command Z to undo that. So actually, so you're watching me do this on the fly. We're just going to go ahead and hit W. Let's see if we can pull this out. Let's go ahead and just make the decision to go ahead and do this top part, the wings. All right. So we're going to hit 4. Right click, and do want to split that in half. So I'm trying to figure that out, how to do that right now. So we're going to go to face. Again, I'm resisting the urge to split that right now. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and split it. So we do need some more geometry so we can make a good loop. So I'm going to cut right here. Actually, Apple Z, I'm going to cut right here. All right. I didn't want to do that, but we're going to go ahead, and sorry I wasted your time by watching that, but it's good to kind of learn on the fly. So we're going to go ahead and extrude. So this is the wing area. So I'm just going to go ahead and make that a good split. pull this back. Start pulling this up and making that defined. All right, we'll probably stop here in just a second. We'll go ahead and extrude this out a couple more times for the wing. All right. There we go, 1. Probably do this 4 times real quick. G is the hotkey, which is the last key that you just used, which was extrusion. All right, and I think I did it maybe 4 or 5 times. So I'm going to go to my side view. And you may just hit 4. And side view is nice because you can just kind of quickly see it in a nice angle. So again, make sure you have a nice even flow and use the geometry. And so there's a split of the wing. So I'm just going to follow that with my model. Okay, pull this down. Again, we just want a nice flow, so you don't want a jagged line. And we'll just keep going here. Okay, we're not going to spread these wings out. They're just going to be solid. I think they're solid in the overall model that the library worker worked on. All right, so we've got that. We've got pretty good loops. I'm going to pull this down. And literally we're going to stop here in just 1 more minute. We'll hit 5. And so it's probably a little bloated out here. So we're going to grab these and kind of tuck them in. So just go ahead, and it's probably easier in perspective mode. You can probably go to top view and just start pulling these in. And I think if you notice, let's hit 4. So the wings are not symmetrical, they bend over. So we're doing a little bit of artistic licensing here. So we're just going to pull that in. So this is really, actually really, really thin here. But you can see we're just kind of finding the happy medium. So that's the thing about photogrammetry. Insects aren't, unfortunately, when they pass away, they don't, they're not symmetrical. So, and either are we, right? Humans are not symmetrical. And so we're just kind of doing kind of a ballpark here. Again, you can start rounding this out, and that's what we'll probably do on the next one. All right, so I'm going to stop here. That's a lot of information. And so on the next one, we're going to start extruding out the bottom, and then maybe start working on extruding some legs. So I'll stop here. So they're bite-sized chunks for you. Again, got a little confused there with that split, but on the splits, you just really want to make sure that you keep the quads. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever you do a split, make sure that you have quads when you create a new shape in here. All right, on the next one, I'll talk to you soon.